Bismillah when we start and Alhamdulillah when we finish. This is Hamadi.
It's your boy Jelani.
It's Mo.
Welcome to Three Bantus podcast. Today, inshallah, before we start, we want to get over. We kind of made one mistake. One of them, the episodes. If you guys seen the first episode, you'll see that we said we get 10 times the ajr more than the Sahabas, but in fact, it's the same for all of us. The Sahabas get the same as we do. Today, we're going to discuss the first topic, the 5 pillars of Islam. Jay, you want to introduce that?
Yeah, the 5 pillars of Islam. Alhamdulillah, we're all Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us as being Muslim, being born in Muslim families and stuff.
Ameen.
So with that, every company, every every company or anything that needs to work, there has to be a foundation. Let it be with discipline, let it be with schools, let it be with business. Everything has to have a foundation. You feel me? So with Islam, there's these things called 5 pillars of Islam. And this is basically the basic foundations as us being Muslim. So the first pillar is Shahada. That is saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Basically, that there's no God but God, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is his messenger.
Muhammad is his messenger.
You did say Allah is his messenger.
There's no
Ashhadu
God.
an la ilaha
Yeah,
illallah wa
there's
ashhadu
no
anna
God
Muhammadan
but God,
Rasulullah.
and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. You know?
Yeah. The second one.
And then the second one is salat.
Salat.
Basically the 5 prayers that we pray every day. And the third one is zakat. The fourth one is saum.
Zakat, yep.
Sadaqa,
Zakat means basically
Charity.
charity.
Yeah, charity. And then the fifth one is hajj. Basically the pilgrimage that every Muslim, if he get the chance,
Not
should
if.
do.
No, every Muslim is mandatory to do it.
No. It's if
Nah,
you're able to.
If you're
If,
able.
if you're able to. But
If you're-
the goal is for everyone to try to do it.
Yeah, if
you
you're
know.
able to. And then you skipped over, you said saum. Saum is just fasting. Mainly during Ramadan, we fast. But there's other moments throughout your life that we'll fast. Like people will fast on Thursdays
Yeah,
sometimes.
Mondays.
Yeah,
Mondays.
Monday and Thursday.
Yes, and the Eid before, the next Eid is like 10 days before that, or 2 days, or 3 days, and 1 day.
And the one after Ramadan, some people fast 6 days.
Yeah, and some people fast 10
Yeah.
days. That's the thing. So that's one thing about the Shahada. Like the first one, honestly, the thing is about the first one, that there's no God but God, and apart from Muhammad is his messenger. I like to elaborate on that because, like, if you look at any other nation or any other type of belief, I believe that this belief gives us like
A stronghold.
yeah, like a stronghold. You know what I mean? Like,
A strong foundation.
yeah, basically a strong foundation. Basically something for us to like take pride in and be proud of. You know what I mean? That's one thing I
Don't
would say.
Christianity, they got like the 10 Commandments, right?
They got 10
I think
commandments.
even the Jewish religion has that.
You know that I know the 10 Commandments. What are they? Do you know them?
In Christianity.
Mhm.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'll study that if it's not Demby.
It's not Dembi.
I mean, yeah, it's not Demby to study someone's
It's always-
religion, right? It's
So actually, you're supposed to respect. Dembi means
forbidden,
yeah,
haram.
not permissible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually like suggested that you respect other books.
Yeah. Lakum dinakum waliya deen, you know.
Yeah.
You have your deen, I have my deen.
Yeah.
I want to get more into the salat because for some people that don't know, that are non-Muslims, the salat that we pray 5 times a day, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr. The funny thing about the salat is now it's 5 times a day. But back then when the Prophet was first introduced, when Allah introduced, what's wrong with this cat?
Cat, all right. Not on camera, bro. Not on camera. Why she stiff, bro?
Bro, yo, she put it on my face, bro. Move it. Oh man.
Stop. It's not about that. But as I was saying, back when Allah, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he went to the heavens, Allah introduced salat to us. He said, all your ummah has to pray 50 times a day. Remember?
Yeah.
50 times a day. And the funny thing is, when Allah told the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, okay, and he left. Imagine praying 50 times a day. But Nabi Musa you know, when he came down from when he left from Allah, he ran into Nabi Musa. Nabi Musa asked him, how many times do your ummah have to pray? He said 50. We thank Nabi Musa to this day. Nabi Musa said 50.
Is 50 the original number? I thought it was more than 50.
No,
was 50.
it was 50.
That was the highest original number?
Yeah, he said
I
pray
thought it was more than 50.
No, 50 times a day.
Yeah, I know.
Times a day.
But when Nabi Musa was like 50 times a day, he said, no, go back to Allah and ask for less. He went, Prophet Muhammad went back to Allah, asked for less, came down. Nabi Musa said, nah, go back and ask for less again. He kept going back until, mashallah, alhamdulillah, it became 5 times a day. So that's the original of the salat. We would pray 50 a day if it wasn't for Nabi Musa.
Yeah, we would have. And then the thing is, if you pray your whole 5 prayers, you'll get the reward of 50 salats. You'll get the reward
that's
of 50
the
salats.
same. The reward is the same. And the other topic we should get into today is, Jay, what do you guys feel like?
So wait, hold up. So y'all done with the 5 pillars of Islam?
I mean, yeah, we refreshed it, we rehearsed it. You want to mention
then
more stuff about it?
Go ahead. What you was about to say?
I would say also on charity. Charity is one of the biggest things that every Muslim, if they can, they should do.
I think,
honestly,
yeah,
because
if you're able to. I think it's
if you're
2%,
able to,
right?
Yeah, 2%.
I think 2.5 was it?
I'm not sure about.
I thought it was
0.5.
2.5.
I wouldn't want to put a percentage on it, but
No,
I would say
the suggested is 2% of your income.
yeah, but I wouldn't like. Now, really, no one's gonna go through the income bill at 2%. But the thing is,
You can though.
you can. But honestly, if you just do something consistently and something small, you know what I mean, that is also like looked as very, very valuable.
Wait, didn't they
also.
every income they came in, they took like 2% of it, saved it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then at the end of the year gave it out.
Also, but I would say for like, if you can, if you cannot, it's okay. But like they said, the 2%. One thing I would say is, even if it's a small donation, let it be $1, let it be $2, let it be $5. If you keep doing that consistently, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who do something consistent rather than doing something one-off. So if you like go throughout the whole year, and then next thing you know, you don't give any sadaqah, and then next thing you know, that one time you be like, $5,000, I'm finna slam down. Honestly, if you give like every day or every Friday $5, $10, $20, your $20 will exceed the person who gave that $5,000.
So the consistency is
to
better.
the consistency. And even if you don't have much, the one who gives, even though he doesn't have, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will see that as it's more, you know, what's that thing called?
Beneficial.
Not beneficial, but more sacred to him. That's what I mean. Like,
It's more special.
yeah, it's more special because like you don't have anything, you know. It's like me. I got 2 pieces of chicken, and my boy over there wants to eat some, but you know, not even 2, 1 piece of chicken, and then next thing you know, my boy want to eat some, and I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Or even like a little kid, he wasn't fasting the whole day. You feel me? And then next thing you know, I have my chicken, my buddies, my moss, everything. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, a kid over there just looking at my plate. It's my one time to eat, but you know what? I'm gonna let you come. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you on that one.
What do you mean?
If I'm fasting, may Allah forgive me. I normally go to West Pine and they serve us dinner. When they pass out the dinner, and I don't care if your son's starving, bro. You said he wasn't fasting. May Allah forgive me. I'm not sharing. I'm fasting. This kid was not fasting, and if you probably give him a half, he'll probably just suck on it and throw it away. So I don't know about sharing meals with kids.
I'll still share. And then the last thing, fourth one is Sawm, basically fasting. That's what we do every once out of the year, Ramadan. We talked about that on the last episode. And then Hajj is basically the pilgrimage on going to Mecca. If you're able to do it, go ahead and go. If you're not, then do other voluntary things. You know what I mean?
Mahmoud, do you want to rush over why we fast, or you want me to do it?
You could do it.
The reason why we fast it's the whole meaning of fasting is to be grateful. That's why we fast. It's kind of like Thanksgiving, right?
No, I wouldn't say Thanksgiving.
It's not to be. It's not.
'Cause for
Not
them to
necessarily
understand
to be grateful, but for you to experience
What someone else feels.
what others may experience. Like that's and I think that's just like one aspect of it. So like if you're, well off or wealthy, or you're doing good, or even if you're not doing good, there's always someone that's in a worse position than you. So you should be, grateful to what you have to a certain degree, but not, well, yeah, I guess it's like that.
Because like Thanksgiving is a month for the Americans, the month that they gave food to the pilgrimage.
But that's not necessarily. It doesn't equate to why we fast.
No, it's not.
We're
But
fasting.
it's an example,
because
kinda.
that was like one thing that happened. Because so we're fasting to kind of experience the feeling of being hunger, and you're also like
abstaining from a lot
you're
of bad,
abstaining-
old bad habits.
not even
that you
old
used
bad
to.
habits. Just I mean, you're not supposed to normally sin, but in the month of Ramadan, it's a higher concentration of like
Not
the
sinning.
spirituality increases. Like stay away from sin. Commit your time to the deen. Make sure you're praying Taraweeh, pray Tahajjud. Make sure you're praying your 5 times a day. So yeah, it's like a package. A lot that a lot of things are encompassed in.
I kind of thought it was cause I said Thanksgiving for them to understand or try to see the similarity to it.
But I wouldn't say Thanksgiving again because actually we're not supposed to be feasting like how we're supposed to be feasting. Honestly, we're supposed to honestly, it's okay. Like I understand the cultural thing and eating and everything, but honestly, this Ramadan, I made sure that I really don't eat much. Because honestly, once you eat a lot, Tarawih waiting for you, and next thing you got a big stomach, you're not able to pray. It's like, you know what I mean?
So if you said like Thanksgiving, what are you giving?
You're being the word Thanksgiving, like being thankful.
Thankful to the Lord, like to Allah?
Yeah. Aren't the pilgrimage Christian?
Huh?
Don't
No.
what-
Thanksgiving was literally just basically
The pilgrims.
Columbus. Yeah, Christopher Columbus. What's his name? Christopher Columbus. He
No.
thought he was in India.
No, bro. Thanksgiving is about the pilgrims that landed on Plymouth Rock, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
survive without the Native Americans' help in terms of they didn't know how to, get food and
That's
they didn't
what-
know how to survive.
That's why I think because it's kind of the same as fast because we're
No.
relating to the misfortune, the ones that don't have the food. You see what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say?
but we're not giving though.
We are giving zakat. It's charity.
Charity isn't Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is, hey, I recognize that you've given me this, so I'm thankful for this. It's something like that.
Yeah,
like
like
that's the
that.
spirit of Thanksgiving. Ramadan is not. You're not giving to give like the zakat. The som. It's not that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think about it like that.
True,
Ramadan
true.
is like a month where your spirituality and your imam. I was saying imam. The other video, your iman, not imam. Hey, nobody correct me on that.
But they understood.
Man, I
I
want to hear
understood
that,
what you
man.
meant.
Y'all, they probably gonna go crazy in the comments, right? Y'all should at least corrected me, bro.
It sounds. I won't lie. It sounds the same to me.
Nah, bro, iman and then imam, But anyway, for your iman to increase, so it's a little different. I wouldn't compare it to. I wouldn't compare it. To
I think the part I'm thinking about just the thankful part. That's where I'm taking it from. I'm thinking we're thanking Allah and we're thankful for that we have all this, and that
yeah,
we're
that
trying
makes
to
sense.
we're
I
trying to
guess
relate.
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's completely different from Thanksgiving though because they don't really fast. Well, some people do. So you can eat a large meal, a turkey, whatever.
Yeah,
they eat.
like
Plus, it went bad for the Native Americans afterwards. So
it was bad.
it went bad for them. Yep.
Okay,
Do you guys know the 6 pillars of Iman?
yeah. وآمنت بالله وملائكته
وكتبه ورسوله ويوم الآخرة.
I'm actually new to that.
Basically,
No.
the 6 pillars of Iman is basically
Amantu
another.
billahi, believing in the book.
Yeah.
Wa malaikatihi, the angels.
Yeah.
Wa kutubi. Wait.
Amantu billahi,
believe in Allah.
basically.
Believe in Allah.
وملائكته.
Wa malaikatihi, the book. Amantu billahi wa
Malaika is the
malaikatihi.
angels and what
Did I say the book?
Yeah.
Hey, hold up. Hey, let me get it right. Amantu billahi, believe in Allah. Wa malaikatihi, the angels.
Wakatubihi, the book. واليوم
sorry.
الآخر, the
Jay, give me 1 second, bro.
hey, bro, like she gotta go.
She got-
gotta go.
Bro,
Why
Bro,
on the
would
table?
grab her.
Why would grab her, bro?
Grab her, bro.
Yo, what you doing?
And she looking in the camera. Oh my
Grab her, bro.
Hey, she trying to shine. She trying to shine, boy. She trying to get on World Star. Stop for the light like this. Come on, man.
I was believing shit out of Jim. All right, Jay, continue.
Yeah, and so basically believing in Allah, believing in the angels, believing in His books, believing in
The angels, the prophets.
the prophets, all of them, believing on the last day, and also believing in the punishment of the grave.
Oh, that's it.
Because if you don't believe,
Day
it's
of
like-
judgment.
yeah, day of judgment, all those things. Like in Islam, you can't be like, oh, I'ma only believe in Allah, but I'm gonna disregard everything that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. You can't do that. I'm a own, and you can't do the other way also. You can't do everything Rasulullah is doing and then not believe in Allah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's one girl on Instagram. She said, "I may not believe in Allah.
I
I may
feel
not
that.
pray. I may not, fast, but that doesn't mean I'm not Muslim." What?
Say what?
That's the whole title of being a Muslim.
What?
But
I saw that one on Instagram.
but you know
She
what's
was
funny?
Wilding though. Uh-huh.
The fact that you say that, most Americans, most Christian people think that you don't believe in Jesus. Like they don't understand that we Muslims, we have to believe in Jesus.
have to believe in
He's a
all
prophet. They're
25
like, no,
prophets.
you're a Muslim, dude. You don't believe in Jesus. No, we don't believe in Jesus as God, but we
Or a
believe in
son.
Jesus.
Or a son.
Yeah, they say Jesus, the God or the Son of God. No, Jesus is a prophet. That's it. We believe in Jesus.
Yeah, Isa alayhi salam.
Isa alayhi salam.
Yeah.
Mahmoud.
I'm just listening.
No, you're too busy on that cat. How was Ramadan going for you guys this month? Because now this is the 10th day we're in.
About to be the 10th day.
No, it's the 10th.
Today's 10th. Maghrib, inshallah.
Today's 10, yeah. How is it going for you, Mahmoud?
Oh, it's going good. I haven't really had time to go to the masjid yet, so I need to make time to do that. But other than that, it's just been going good.
Staying occupied with work.
Yeah, work got me.
We
crazy.
discussed on the first episode, bro. We were gonna make improvements for this fast.
Hey, we 10 days in, man. We can still improve.
Yeah, we can still go, man. We can still go.
Yeah, they wilding out at work, so. But it's not more important than my dean, so I got to get on top of that.
True.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting for you at West Pine
You go to West Pine
every day.
every day.
Every day. Yeah. What about you, Jalen? How's it going for you?
I'll be at Brad Tadics,
But that still got people pulling up.
Yeah.
It's a masjid.
Quba. Let's say Masjid Quba. That's the name of the masjid.
You saying it's a masjid, but nobody be pulling up to the masjid.
Masjid Quba. So I'll be over there. Pray Tarawih.
Wait. Why you gotta diss the masjid like that?
Not in a negative way. Not in a negative way, but like a lot of people used to come, but they just stopped coming because they started going to like West Pine or Grand.
And they opened up a new.
And they opened up a new one right next to it, like literally across the street. So,
Oh, yeah, it
so
is.
it's
It's
not
like-
a diss. It's actually sad. It's actually sad. A lot of that's the main measure that we grew up in, that we were a part of. Bertarik has dedicated a lot of time and resources to this community, and all the students that he taught, all the parents that he was helping out, making sure that their kids were on point and they had the dean, a good understanding of the dean. It's like they abandoned him.
Yeah, they took all their
So
resources.
that's what I
And they
mean.
knew he was making a masjid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what happened to that?
I really don't know, but
And
we're
the-
not gonna get
and
too
the- yeah,
much
yeah.
into that.
And
But
he's been
yeah.
trying to build a masjid for what, like 10 years now?
Pipe.
Yeah.
12 years.
It's been like
It's been a while,
6,
though.
7, or 10, something like that years. And like he's asking resources from the from the community. So, and then they just built another one right next to him. So I don't want to get too much into it, but I wasn't saying it as a diss. I was saying it because it's really sad.
Yeah.
That's where we all went, but life. That's just life, man. But Jelani, go ahead and finish your question, your answer about how's Ramadan going for you.
It's going pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I kind of like the pressure that's on it because, we could leave this world any day, anytime. So basically, Ramadan is like a golden ticket. We only have 30 days. Within this 30 days, we should all try our best. And then with it going fast, it's putting a lot of pressure on people, putting a lot of pressure on me to hurry up and try to finish the Quran if I can, putting a lot of pressure to make sure I don't miss any day of Taraweeh, putting a lot of pressure of making sure, I stay away from the bad habits that I used to do, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that every deed that you guys have is for you guys, but the fasting is for us, because people really don't know what's the reward. We know the reward is very sacred, but we don't know how much it is. You know what I mean? So until we meet our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's when we will know what our fast is. So how much it is. We'll know how. We know it's a boost, but how much is that boost? That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed that He would give us on that day. You know what I mean?
But that's one of the most things I look forward to when I die.
Yeah, seeing how what in Ramadan that we did, then inshallah that hopefully take us to Jannah to Firdaus.
No, not seeing Ramadan, not the credits we did. I'm talking about like I was listening to one of the hadiths, the moment that Allah reveals itself. When I was listening to the Shaykh and
Yeah.
when he reveals himself, that was the most touching moment I've ever had. Wallahi, I don't know. For me, that's one of the most goals I want to achieve as a Muslim.
Yeah, like you gotta think like beyond. Like there's like this big, huge, massive person. I don't want to say person, but like
Just to
huge,
give us
massive,
image, yeah.
like
Entity.
power. You know, entity. Yeah, that's just controlling everything, knowing everything, seeing everything, and it's just. And then there's like a kursi. He has a chair. He has a throne. He has like. It's mind-boggling. You can't. It's something that we can't even think of. But like, yeah, Alhamdulillah, Ramadan's going good for me. Can't complain. You gotta take every second. You know, can't take it for
Yeah. For me, this Ramadan, I think it's this. I'm improving. I guess I'm taking Wesi before the Salat and not coming in after they prayed like one rakah. But I think it's improving. I think Ramadan helps us improve in life. You know, it helps us. Because, this Ramadan, we say this, and hopefully we stick to it, like as we make a life change.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully it transfers into our life. And hopefully that all the good things that we do in Ramadan, hopefully that stays on to us. Mahmoud, are you sick today? You seem awfully quiet.
Bro, what you want me to say? I already told you how it was going to go, bro. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm just listening. I told you, didn't I say I'm not gonna be able to do a lot of talking, bro?
Do too much.
Like I don't want to say the wrong stuff. When it comes to the deen, I want to make sure like whatever come out of my mouth is on point. And if I feel like anything that I'm saying is gonna be a mistake, I don't want to do that. Especially when like the goal is to make a podcast and broadcast it to a bunch of people. So I'd rather just be quiet and listen rather than say anything that may be incorrect.
No, but you could give us your point of view on because we could all say something incorrect, but if we never, there's a saying my teacher used to say. Well, she didn't used to say it, but she had it posted on her wall. She said you can be a fool for 5 minutes, or fool your whole life.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she's talking about opinions and things.
That's what I'm saying. We want to hear your opinion.
Things that are subjective. The deen is objective, bro. There's nothing debatable about it when it comes to the deen.
The deen is correct. It's correct.
So that's what I'm saying. So when something is objective, I'm the first one to give my opinion. I'm down. You want to hear my opinion here. But when it comes to something that's objective, opinions, you gotta be really careful with them. But yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
True that. Well, I wanted to ask a few questions for you and Jaylani though, because you like to talk about experience of life, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Let's get into the topic. Your topic. What motivates you in life?
Huh? What motivates me in life? Oh man. All right, so let's get into it. There's a lot of things that motivate me in life. I think the biggest thing is being an older sibling. Being an older sibling of a lot of younger siblings. Your parents, they put a lot of pressure on you. They tell you, hey, it's what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to move. It's set in stone, and they're clearly defined. So you always have this feeling of you want to make sure you don't let the family down, and you want to make sure that you always set a good example for your younger siblings. And whenever you're trying to do something, the thought of it's greater than me, like whatever I'm trying to do, it's not for me, it's for the family. That's a motivating factor. And another aspect of it is like a pinch of narcissism. I wouldn't necessarily call it narcissism though, but I want to be great. I want to be the best that I can be. I'm a very competitive individual, so I like to achieve the best goal. I want to do whatever company is very competitive or it's like it's prestigious. I want to try to shoot for that. When I'm taking an exam or a test, I want to be the best in the class. Not necessarily like. I want everybody to say, oh my God, this guy is so great and he's so smart. Not necessarily that. It's just I'm competitive. And then I think the last part is because I saw a part of Africa, like back home in Kenya specifically, like in the refugee camp. I saw a part of that. So when you see a part of that when you're young, and then you come to the States, it's a completely different outlook. When you see people not taking advantage of opportunities, and when you see people wasting their life, you see that you're aware that there's a lot of people that are in different parts of the world that don't have access to those same opportunities. So, you don't want to waste them.
So wait, you're saying there's people in our community that doesn't take advantage of the opportunities that are handed to them?
Absolutely, within our community, and not just necessarily our community, just in general. You know, I see a lot of people like, and it's like a lot of nuances, right? Like,
Wait, what's that?
Nuances means it's like it's very complex, and the nuances means there's a lot of small details, basically. So, in order for you to kind of get the full picture, you know, you got to be able to understand the small details. Basically, that's what that means. If I'm wrong, y'all could go ahead and put it in the comments. But yeah, it's a lot of nuances. Like, okay, like let's say somebody didn't grow up with their father and they wilding out in life. You know, being without a father figure has really harmed them. So when you're dealing with an individual like that, I'm not saying that should be an excuse. Don't sit out here and try to say, hey, I'm gonna go rob a bank because I ain't have a dad. Like it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? But like,
But he could though.
but huh?
What if he wanted to bring money to his mom? There's nobody to support
robbing
him.
robbing a bank is not the answer. And when you go to the judge and he asks you why you do what you did, if
For
you
my
say
mom?
because I didn't have a dad, you going to jail.
He'll say it's for my mom.
Nah, you still going to jail.
But like,
Well,
one
go
guy-
ahead, and that judge gonna be like, well, go ahead and spend some time in jail for your moms. You know what I'm saying? So, but oh, go ahead. What did you want to say?
Nah, like one time, one person told me like people don't steal just to steal. You feel me? Like honestly, people steal not to say stealing ain't bad, but like people don't steal just to steal. People steal out of necessity, out of a need. You know what I mean? So like even if a person like does bad, do rob, do take things, do steal, it's not like he wants to do those type of things. Yes, there's kids out there that are raised with two parents and they wild out, you know what I'm saying? But like for the people who didn't get
Those options.
yeah,
That's a
didn't get
very
those
problematic
you know what I'm saying?
mindset. I mean, that's a very problematic point of view.
No, he's kind of right. But there are, it's 50-50 because there are
Very
some
problematic
There are
point
some
of view.
people that just don't care. You know, they have stuff.
The bottom
but they just
line
do
is
it.
there's never an excuse to do some of those things. And you should never like try to excuse it.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures, though. For
But
some
that doesn't
people.
make it right.
Yeah, obviously it's wrong, but you know they have to do it. Like if you have to,
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you do. Some
No,
people
you
have
don't
to.
have to
I
do
think
anything.
y'all-
You're choosing to do something.
I'm thinking in the space of if a person was in Africa.
I'm thinking
You know what I'm saying?
anywhere. It doesn't
And
matter
then-
where you
But
at.
also for the people here,
You don't
I
have to steal
find
if you're in
any excuse.
Africa. You don't have to steal.
If
You don't have to
to.
steal.
Listen, we got to stop giving Africa different standards. You know, individuals in Africa's, they're not primitive individuals who are cavemen, who are incapable of like
Working.
thinking for themselves and who are incapable of achieving great things. No, part of the mindset, part of the problem within the continent is people try to justify the things that they're doing wrong. There's no justification for it, bruh. You're in poverty. There's a reason why you're in poverty. If you're in poverty, there's a reason why. Of course, I'm not saying like outside factors don't have a play. I'm not saying there's like governments that are hell bent on making sure that your country don't succeed because you know something that your country produces is maybe an interest. I'm not saying like the geopolitics and there's not a lot of things in play. But when you go to like the basic thing is a lot of people are doing wrong, bruh. Like for example, like Kenya. I won't even say Kenya. I won't say a name, right? I won't say a country. I won't say it. I won't say Kenya. I didn't mean to say it.
He meant
like,
Kanye West.
Like let's
continue.
let's say a country in Africa where bribing people is a very big problem, right? Mm-hmm. If you approach the mindset of that country like, man, yo, I'm not from this country, or even if you're from the country and you say, look, I'm doing it because everybody else is doing it. That's very problematic. Who's going to solve the issue? Yeah, the culture is to bribe, but who's going to take the stand and solve the issue? What and it goes to the like from the bottom person all the way to the higher up. If the president is saying in my country people just like bribe each other, it's part of our culture. That's very, very problematic.
So, but isn't that from the top though?
Huh?
So it's from the top though, not from the bottom, because the president is on the top. If the president goes, yeah, we do bribery, and then like, of course, how the heck is that going to stop?
No, it's not. People and it's like that to a certain degree. When you think about a country or a society or a community, I don't like to look at it, especially one that's facing a lot of issues. It's not from the top up. Of course, the top has some issues that can be addressed, but the bottom does. You get what I'm saying? Like, the bottom has some issues that can be addressed. Like, you think about it. Like, think about the United States, right? Think about a Navy SEAL, right? I love military. I love the military, and not promoting what they do or anything, but I love the idea of fighting for something that you believe in and even risking your life for it. And Islam is jihad, right?
Jihad,
It's
yeah.
jihad, yeah. I love that idea, right? It's because, like, you think about a Navy SEAL, right? And they're in an operation. They're fighting somewhere. Even though, like, it's an individual, that person is saying, I'm willing to die for my country. And what they may not agree with what they are doing in that moment, but they are willing to die for their country. So like maybe their country is like maybe doing something wrong in that moment, but they're helping their country in any way that is necessary, and they're willing to die for it. They're sacrificing themselves. They're not saying, individuals like that, they're not saying, look, America's a big country. There's a lot of people here. They don't need me. No, people are going, they join those type of programs, those organizations saying, I want to make a difference. And my difference might not be a lot in the grand scheme of things, in the whole picture. It's a population of over 300 million people. You're nothing. Like, one person is nothing in a population of 300 million people. But it comes down to the mindset of the individuals, though. If like, not even 300 million, if 60, 70% of the people within the country say, I'm willing to do whatever is necessary for my country. I want to make sure my country is successful. Do you think that country will succeed or not?
I think they would succeed.
Yeah,
But that's a big number. I don't think they could come together like that.
No, but it is. America is a well-oiled machine and is doing a lot of things. Whether you disagree with what they do or not, America holds a lot of weight when it comes to economy, their military, and it's because of like the ideologies that are here, because of the mindsets that are here. And I'm not like dissing Africa. I'm from Africa. I was born in Africa. I'm not dissing them. All I'm saying is some of the mindsets that we have in my specific community, I won't even say all of Africa, is very problematic. It's not gonna get us anywhere. It's backwards.
That is true.
We got to hold them to a certain standard. These are not primitive individuals. I don't care why you think you need to steal. The bottom line is you shouldn't steal. Is wrong. That's the bottom line.
I agree with you with that. I agree with you with that. In America, especially us in our community, we have parents that live the life that we can't even imagine. These people, they saw war. These people seen people die as they were fleeing from Somalia coming to Kenya. These people walked from Somalia to Kenya. It's not like they had camels and donkeys and stuff. These people used their bare feet and they walked to Kenya. And then, alhamdulillah, we've been brought to America. And then me going back to Africa, seeing what's the condition and everything else is going on, there's really, and I come back and I see the people in America, I'm like, what am I doing? What are you guys doing? What are people who are born in America, raised in America, still, like, I know this one hotel that I used to work at, who's been there for 21 years. I'm like, I didn't even live for 21 years. How you still here?
Like, what are you doing wrong?
Like, what do you like? I think that's the thing that Mahamoud's trying to say. Like, it's within the person to change himself. It's within the person to make a difference. So if you've been in this hotel for 21 years, I can't even stay at the job for like a year.
It's not a good thing.
The reason is because I got this mindset that I don't want to be held by a boss.
You don't want to be
feel me?
limited?
I don't want to be limited. I want to go free. If something happens in the state and I want to join that, I want to go fly over there, drive over there, do whatever, and get there. You feel me? Achieve more. In order for you to get there and to do that, you have to be aggressive. In order for you to do that, you have to know your value and have to know the value that you're in. Especially when people come straight out the mud. The reason why they flashy and they're happy where they're at because they know what it is being at the bottom. But in order for that to happen, it has to be within yourself. You feel me? So I agree with Mahamoud. Like, if a person steal right now, there should be no reason for this person to steal. Just as there should be no reason for somebody to be broke.
I mean, I don't know about that one.
I
say still. I would say still because look, when you think about it, there is nothing that you can say that can like for something like stealing that can justify that. You wrong. You got to admit it. You're saying I'm stealing because my mom is, she has a condition and we're not able to pay the bills anymore. Okay, but what happens when you steal though? You might be able to. You might be taking from like 5 moms who are not able to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? So does your mom not being able, like you loving and caring for your mom, does it outweigh like
the effects? You're saying
the effects of it may have on other people?
Yeah.
No, like so, but that's just
no. I know what you guys. I'm not saying stealing is. Oh my God, you should go outside and steal. Don't put that image out for me. I'm saying that sometimes some people, it's like you said. Your mom is about to die, right? She's been hospitalized for 10 years, and there's a cure. In some countries, I'm not gonna talk about other countries. Africa, they'll have the cure for you, but they won't give it to you.
Talk about a specific country in Africa.
No, I won't.
Bro, Africa is so big.
I'm talking about a continent. I'm gonna talk about.
You can't talk about the whole continent.
Place where we come from.
All right.
Okay, say that. In
Kenya.
In Kenya. Kenya and Somalia, bro. Those are the 2 main countries that we have connections to, right?
All right, Kenya and Somalia. Pick whatever those places. You go to a hospital and your mom has been sick for 10 years, and the doctor knows.
She ain't even gonna make it to 10 years, boy.
But I'm saying that she's been sick for 10 years, and the doctor has the cure. Bro, he's not gonna cure your mom to say, oh, we need to make a better environment and help our people. He's gonna be like, no, suck it, dude. If you don't have the cash, get out. That's when desperate times calls for desperate measures. That's the only time I would suggest someone, if you're going to do something bad, do it with the intention of good. That's all I'm saying.
That's a whole movie
that's
about
an
that.
oxymoron, though, bruh.
There's a whole movie about that.
That's a whole oxymoron.
It got
But
Denzel
that's the stealing
Washington
I'm
in it.
talking
How you
about.
gonna do something bad with the intention of doing it good?
That's the good. That's
You know
the
the
stealing
mindset.
I'm talking
You know
about.
the mindset that I'll accept.
Good.
I wouldn't say I'm doing something bad, but I have good intentions. I wouldn't say that. What I would say is, I know I'm doing something
That's
bad.
what I'm saying. I know I'm doing something bad.
I know I'm doing something bad, and I'm okay with that. Right? And I'm okay with that. I accept that I'm doing something bad. And you could say, because I have my reasons. You could say that, right? If you said that, I would be like, 100%, bro. At least he's not trying to justify it.
No, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
one thing to like know you doing bad and be like, all right, I'm doing bad.
No,
And when somebody question you about it, yo, I'm flat out wrong. And don't justify it. That's one thing, right?
No, it's completely
I'm able
wrong.
I respect that man. But the man that I won't respect, or the woman or man that I won't respect, is if they're telling me, listen, I did something bad, but it's because I had to. Get out of here with that nonsense, man. I don't want to hear that.
No, I don't think it's okay to make something bad seem good. That's not the goal. Because I'm saying if you have to do something bad, like example, your mom is sick, I'm gonna take responsibility. Okay, I'm gonna do my 10 years or whatever year punishment I'm getting, but at least my mom gets that medication and now she's much better. You know what I'm saying? Taking responsibility.
All I'm gonna say is, in the place that we live right now, there shouldn't be any reason for a person to go out and do criminal activities just for the benefit of any situation that they're in. You know what I'm saying? We in America, there's jobs. We in America, there's food everywhere. They even got food pantries out in the streets that you could go get. They started that ever since COVID. Ever since COVID, they ain't stopped doing that. People still to this day, my mama calling me, hey, yo, they
Pulling up.
Yeah, they stay up
Yo,
pulling
Bob
up
still
over there.
pulling
Yeah,
up.
they still pulling up over there getting food. You know what I mean? There's homeless shelters, you know? I'm not saying, but generally speaking, there shouldn't be any reason for anyone to do any criminal activity for the situation that they're in, honestly.
Even if, like you said, we're in America, okay? We're in America. If something bad happens to you, for example, you have this amount, but you need this amount for medical reasons. If you don't have it, you go to a community, right?
Even if you don't have it in America, bro, or in the hospital, no matter if you got bread or not,
No, that's called a donors list, bro.
No, but
you're put on a list for a
I'm
reason.
not. No, I'm talking about like treatment. Like a hospital can't refuse to treat you unless it's like when it's like cancer, it's like
That's
a
what
terminal illness. I don't know about that. I ain't gonna.
Now, if you got
But like if you got
bleeding
the
out,
flu, if you got the flu and say, yo, I got the flu, or if you got whatever it is, like something that's treatable, They can't refuse you, bruh.
Yeah, but the chance of you dying off of flu is pretty.
But they'll
slim
put it on.
nowadays.
No, they'll give you the medication, but then they'll give you that bill, and
Yeah.
you just gotta pay that bill. That's all.
Or
I'm telling
sometimes,
you. Nah,
or sometimes you don't pay that bill.
Telling you.
I actually learned, they
Yeah,
will.
they will.
They will bill you.
They
That's
will bill
100%.
you, but they'll treat you.
They'll-
And they're not allowed to say, no, we're not going to treat you.
They'll bill you for the ambulance you came out of, bro.
Boy, they're going to bill you for the air you breathing inside the hospital, boy.
Yeah, but there's a whole movie about the things that y'all talking about. Y'all know that, right? So I think it's Denzel Washington. He was playing it
With his son, I think.
with his son,
With his son,
and
yeah.
basically it was he had like he was making like $7 an hour, and then next thing you know, his son he was playing baseball and then he fell, and next thing you know he had like a heart problem.
Yeah.
Took it to the hospital. They're like, we got insurance, everything good, and then they ran the insurance. Your insurance ain't good. He's like, what you
Or
mean?
it
my
couldn't
insurance
cover
ain't-
it.
Yeah, it couldn't cover it. What you mean my insurance ain't good? Denzel, mad. You feel me?
I seen
So
that.
Next thing you know, he go to charity, get the money, save. I think they asked for like $100,000, right?
I don't know exactly how much,
It was
but
a
something
big
a lot.
amount,
Yeah.
And he only could cover like
Half of it.
not even half, like
third?
a third. He could cover like a fourth of it, really. And then next thing you know, he's like, and then he calculated everything in the hospital. I'm like, y'all guys make $1.2 million, and y'all can't give me one heart. Y'all can't give me one heart.
Wait, he was asking, it was a transplant? A heart?
Yeah, it was a
Transplant.
heart
His son
transplant.
needed
And he
it.
was telling the doctor,
That's not money though, bro. You can't do that.
What do you mean?
I don't think you can buy a transplant. That's like you're gonna
the
be on the donor
surgery,
list.
they have to buy a heart. They got to get and it's a specific heart. You can't just put a random heart in somebody. It's a specific
No, but
heart,
what I'm saying is
specific
like,
blood.
what I'm thinking is, I don't think you're buying the heart.
You're not buying the heart.
surgery.
You're buying surgery.
Right.
You're not
Buying
buying the
surgery.
heart. I mean, if they're not gonna hand you a
Whoa,
heart,
what
be
you
like,
gonna
go do it
do? I
yourself.
need a heart. I'm gonna kill Hamadi. You gonna get his heart? They're not gonna do that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
I
gonna do
mean,
that.
if you put a gun to the doctor's head, he better do something.
But yeah, so next thing
No.
you know, he's like, you're not gonna help. He's like, oh, you're gonna do this transplant. So he had because the thing is, his wife came and she was like, they said they won't do it. They said they're not gonna do it. Our son's gonna die with taboo. And us being men, being protectors,
You
and
have to
providers,
react.
he reacted. So he took his gun, went to the doctor. He said, you finna do this transplant. And then he took everybody out the hospital. And then what's the name? Kept the same people. And then sooner or later, his kid got the, transplant.
Yes, it don't matter if his dad did time, but his son lives.
I'm not saying that was okay,
But
but
It
you
was
know
a
what
good
I mean?
intention.
It's not. It shouldn't be like that was back then. But
And,
right
and
now,
listen, that's
even if it happens now,
Let me
bro,
tell you
I would still. I'll be like, okay, he helped his son out.
what you mean, bro? Nah. Okay, so hold up.
No, if he's
you
doing
think about it
time-
from this perspective. You think about it from this perspective. That individual son heart was messed up. So like, let's say my dad or my mom was the doctor. So somebody put a gun to my mom's head, my doctor's head. I said doctors, my dad's head. They threatened their life, and they put him in an uncomfortable situation because their son had a terminal illness. I would be pissed off if I learned that that's what happened to my parents.
But in life, so you saying you're gonna get pissed off because someone threatened your mom, bro? You don't know how many.
Putting a gun to my head and threatening are two different things. If somebody put a gun to my parents' head because they were concerned about their child, like the moment it becomes problematic is you're doing things that put other people in harm.
That's true.
It becomes problem.
It's a problem.
As long as you're putting yourself in harm and you're not affecting anybody else and you're doing the thing, I mean, I really can't. I'm not saying I may agree with it, but at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your choice, But the minute you put somebody else involved, the minute someone else is affected to it, that's what I'm like, it's a wrap. You crossed the line. You have no right to burden me because you're burdened. You get what I'm saying? You're impeding on my freedom.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he's not gonna kill the doctor that's gonna help him.
You don't know that.
He's just doing it.
No, you don't know that.
I think that for me, it's the intention. If you know you did something wrong and you're willing to take the punishment, that's fine. He saved his son.
he
So
saved his son.
what if the line was crossed and they actually killed somebody to save his son? What
But
if that line
he's
was
still gonna have
crossed?
to face the punishment. That's
No,
what I'm
so
saying.
you're
But
saying-
why should an innocent little kid die over money?
Wait, hold up. I don't think my issue with the conversation is it's the principles
Yeah,
that
man, we're
isn't
talking about
understood.
principles.
We're talking about principles, and let me tell you why principles are important to me. Right? Principles are important to me because society, reputation,
Families.
family, everything that you love, that you care about, freedom, everything like justice, all those systems, that you love, you care about, that you would like to be a part of,
Have principles.
they're built on principles. The minute that the principles are compromised for one individual's sake,
It's a problem.
it becomes very, very problematic. You know what happens in the Supreme Court in the U.S.? All you need is like one precedent. You know what precedent is? It's like like Brown versus Board of Education, right? That's the judge where, that's the case. I think it was the schools are not going to be segregated anymore. They're going to be open. Brown versus Board of Education. You know, that one law, it makes sure that like something like that is never repeated again. For example, getting your Miranda rights. You know the Miranda rights? It was somebody versus Miranda. You know, like in the Supreme Court.
History class.
Yeah, in Supreme Court, what happens is like when the case is won and somebody's able to establish that this is just, that just is used to move forward until somebody else challenges it and they prove that it's not justice anymore.
Unless they have new evidence.
Justice anymore. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? Unless the thought and the way we process the information or how we, the perception of it changes. So what I'm saying is societies, families, everything is built on principles. You cannot compromise the principles, bro. It's very important. It's imperative that we follow these principles. And the minute you say, I have to bend the rules for my unique situation, you're putting everybody in trouble, bro. You understand?
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying. There's principles. But me as a man, I feel like if my daughter needs something, I'm sorry, I'm coming to your daughter and I'm taking it from her.
But it is nuances. It is nuances, right? No. And I will accept that.
Huh? I'm gonna stay away from you. What's the name? All right, we get this topic going really long. Let's go to a different topic.
I'll say this: there are nuances.
I'm even just being honest. That's all I'm saying.
Even though there's principles, there's nuances to everything. I accept that. I'm willing to accept the nuances, but I don't want to deviate too far from the principles. That's what I would say. Some things are complicated and complex.
I don't know if I'm using this right. We'll switch topic after this. But let me ask you this: morals, right? There's things. Sometimes you have to do things and you have to cross over that line. So what you're telling me is don't rush. What you're telling me is if your 6 years old daughter, is about to die, Mahmoud.
Damn, boy, that's very personal.
But no, I don't know if you have a daughter or not. I'm just saying this is an example. I don't have a 6-year-old daughter. You know, when I say I'm going to take something from your daughter to my daughter. But if your 6-year-old daughter is about to die, she has 4 days, right? And the doctor, there's only one doctor that can cure her. And this doctor lives in China. And China says we're not allowing any U.S. citizens to come in for any reason. But you have to go to China, kidnap this doctor to come and save your daughter. Are you willing to do that? Or are you going to say there's principles? I'm not going to kidnap this man. I'm going to let my 6-year-old daughter die. That's my question for you.
I'm going to say la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
People make those decisions.
Let me
tell you something.
Let me let your 6-year-old daughter die.
Listen. There's plenty. And one thing, I'm going to say this clear.
But let me tell you.
One thing is, whatever situation you're going through, if you put all your problems, that's the same. If you put all your problems in a pot, in a hole, in a bowl, whatever it is, you'll pull your problems out. You feel me? Everyone is going through a problem. I'ma think, and one thing about Islam and the stories that I listen to is that the people that were before us, they went through things 10 times, 3 times, 4 times. Just know they went through more than we did.
Mm-hmm. We have,
and what they had was faith, ease, everything. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he literally watched his daughter Sumayya die, and not in the way of like, okay, and she was married to a husband. Imagine a husband, a father, and it's someone's daughter. So this is someone's wife, and this is someone's daughter. They took Sumayya, and then they publicly humiliated her. And it's not like it's like a WhatsApp thing where people send, a funny video of somebody. No, publicly.
Was she her dead body?
No, she's alive. They took her, they put her, and then they ran a spear through her. Yeah.
SubhanAllah.
They ran a spear through her. And then within that same situation, Rasulullah was still able to forgive. And then he still had that faith, and he still kept it pushing. You feel me?
No, but
so whatever, you know what I say, فَإِنَّمَا عَلْ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّمَا عَلْ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Whatever difficulty comes with ease, and with that difficulty comes with more ease. So I'm gonna say whatever for me to what you just said. This guy's in China, and China got a whole law. They have a whole new different place. If I was able to, I would. But the dude said no.
But the thing is, I didn't say
People
the dude
said
said no. I'm saying
no
is,
karate over there.
look,
I ain't got
what you're
time
saying,
to, you know,
what you're saying is correct. You know, when difficulty comes, ease will come after. But also, Allah also said, don't sacrifice your life. You know, it's your daughter's life. If you as a grown man, you have the capability of saving your 6-year-old daughter. If you know what you have to do is going to be rough, you should do it. Because you know Allah justified for us. If someone comes, puts a spear to your neck and says, say you're Christian, you know, wajib. You have to say, I'm Christian. Allah says, save your life.
Yeah, of course.
You know that? So there's no reason for you to say, I'm going to let my 6-year-old die. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
But there's
No.
also people that stand on business.
What do you mean by that? Explain.
People stand on business. Like there's some people that'll die for their what they believe in. You look at like Muhammad Ali, like Malcolm X. Those are individuals that die for what they believed in. And like Muhammad Ali, he was willing to go to Vietnam. He didn't want to go to Vietnam. He was willing to go to jail. You know, Malcolm X, he was willing to die for what he believed in. Martin Luther King, these are individuals, and look at the impact that they had. Look at the impacts that they've made on society. Men or women who stand on principles have a much greater impact on society, because you know we're able to see that. You know, you're able to, that conviction. Any individual that hears about that conviction, you know, that you can't deny that.
But
So I'd rather stand on bit like.
But couldn't that be my principle? Not letting any of my family members suffer. That's
No.
everyone has a different principle.
No,
or
that's
moral.
not a principle. That's
Not to let any of my child or siblings suffer.
at what cost though? You're willing to put other people in danger. You're willing to, you know, put other people in harm's way. You're willing to do anything that's necessary to get what you need, bro. That's called being a narcissistic. That's called being selfish and inconsiderate.
Sometimes you have to be selfish.
No,
So
that's if you choose to be.
So wait, your question is, you would let your 6-year-old daughter die?
I'm not letting my 6-year-old do anything.
I just told you there's no result.
Wait, wait, hold up. No.
We gonna sit
Do-
there like this?
Let me tell you something. The way you're framing the question is problematic. Let me
No,
tell you.
no, it's a simple yes or no.
Do you believe yourself to be Muslim or not?
I am.
You believe yourself to be
Yes.
Muslim, right? You believe yourself. Do you believe that there's a higher power above you?
Yes.
How in one breath can you say I'm letting? You have no authority.
No,
you have
no.
power.
No. That's not what I mean.
Wait, hold on. Let me
That's
tell you
not
this.
what I mean.
Wait, let me tell you this. Who controls death?
Allah.
Who controls death?
Allah.
Whose is your destiny, all that you're gonna achieve, all that you're going to do, not already determined for you?
True and
Yes-
not true.
yes
but
or
listen,
no?
listen. No. Let me
Yes or
correct
no?
you.
Yes or
I'm
no?
out. Yes
Let me
or
correct
no?
you on this
No,
one.
man.
No. Let me correct you on this
The
one.
lie detector says that was a
Allah.
lie.
What did he say?
He goes, the lie detector says that's a lie. No. Allah says, well, look, Allah is almighty. Allah takes and gives life, okay? That's not what I'm saying. Allah says, for example, let me ask you this question to answer your question with the question. Why did we leave Somalia?
You're
we could
going
have stayed
over-
in Somalia and said, oh, Allah's going to spend. Allah Azza wa Jal
Well, but-
will
but-
save
but
us.
here's the thing,
Allah
then.
says, take yourself out of danger. If my 6-year-old is in trouble and Allah has given me the ability to take her out of that trouble,
ability to break. So you consider the ability breaking laws.
Allah has
Make-
given me the will.
That's not. Dude, you have the will to do as you please right now. Like, you can go rob a store right now. If somebody says, look, my bank account
But that's haram.
My bank account is -20.
No,
and
that's haram.
I'm
I'm not
it's
gonna rob
haram
a
to
bank.
kill
He's
somebody.
literally saying
I didn't
it's
say I'm
haram.
gonna kill someone. I said I'm gonna kidnap this man so he can help my
So
daughter.
what if boss say I don't want to go?
What? I'm gonna force him.
No.
Look, listen,
No,
bro.
I'm gonna force.
Are you hearing yourself?
Listen.
No,
listen.
hold on. No, let me tell you
One
something.
rough night is not gonna keep this man from sleeping for the rest of his
and
life.
that's you being selfish.
No,
you have no
that's
right
not
to
selfish.
enforce
That's
your
my
will on.
daughter.
Let me tell you something. You have no right to enforce your will on anybody else, no matter how justified you think you are. You're incorrect to do that, bro. Because imagine if the roles were reversed on your side.
I'm not saying
No,
that's
Hamadi,
correct. I'm not
Hamadi.
saying what I'm gonna do is
Jelani.
right. I'm saying what I'm gonna do is
Jelani,
wrong.
No, let me tell you this. Imagine if the roles were reversed on your side. Would you accept it?
First of all, if it was me and I
If
could help
somebody
someone's
pulled
daughter,
up, somebody pulled up to you and said, look, listen, and here's the thing, and here's where everything becomes flawed, right? if you accept this precedent, if you accept what you're saying, this principle that you're saying,
The situation.
you have to also look back and analyze
See, and
the
if I
entire
say if
situation.
I would do it.
No, hold up. You have to also like look back and analyze the entire situation. Let's say you truly believe you're doing the right thing. I'm gonna bring somebody into the picture. Someone who's like mentally insane. Like, let's say he's mentally insane, he or she, and they actually believe that they're doing the right or wrong thing. To them, it's their truth. To them, they really believe that they're supposed to be, they're the second coming of Nabi Isa or Jesus, and they're supposed to lead the ummah or the people.
No, that's crazy.
No,
now.
hold up. Let me finish the point. Let me finish the point that I'm trying to make. And they really believe that. And by Allah, they really believe that because everything is not there yet, right? If you set this precedent and say, as long as I truly believe, I'm okay with it, that person truly believes it too, bro. And so you're saying, okay, so we should let that man who truly believes that carry out his thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Or somebody else. Or let me give you another one. That's a little extreme.
That's way extreme, bro. I'm trying to help my daughter.
The other one is you don't know what's in somebody's heart. Yes or no, right?
Yeah.
You don't know how
Only
somebody
Allah
truly feels, right? Right? If somebody says, Wallahi, I truly feel like I need to do this, you cannot confirm whether his heart is telling the truth or not.
That's true. Allahu
right?
Alam.
So if you set this precedent, if you set this situation and you play it out in all situations, that by your definition, that individual who claimed that he truly believes in this, it's okay. We have to be understandable.
No. Hear me out.
We have to be understanding.
Hear me out. What I said, me doing that, I didn't say it was going to be right. I said as a man, I will do that. I didn't say right or wrong. I said that's wrong. First of all, to take someone's will away, that's wrong.
That's what you're literally doing, bro. You're kidnapping the
But
doctor.
I'm saying what I'm going to do is going to be wrong. Right? I'm saying it's going to be completely wrong. And I'll take the punishment, okay? But I'm saying I'm not going to let my 6-year-old daughter die. I'm obviously going to take the punishment and the consequences. I'm saying what I'm going to do, kidnapping that man, is wrong.
I don't think that's the way to approach. I'm
saying, I'm not telling someone to go rob a bank or go kill someone because you felt hungry that day or you felt a little.
Sick. You don't get this. You don't get to define what somebody's extreme are. All you can do is define your extreme.
True. I'm only defining mine.
Your extreme is my daughter, and this is why it's just somebody else's extreme might be, yo, I need to wear Gucci to the party. I can't pull up to the party in Reeboks.
But that's not the same.
No,
you can't compare that.
No, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, you don't understand. Human beings are very complex.
True.
We have different ways of thinking. My extreme might really be that. That might really be my extreme. Bro, you're saying it's crazy, but it happens in the real world all the time,
The
bro.
funny thing is, it does happen.
Like, you don't hear the stories that come out of Florida?
No, have you guys seen the McDonald one?
It happens all the time.
He killed the lady for a McChicken.
So what motivates me, is that
let's forget this. I'm not saying
I ain't forgetting it.
No.
Take your L. Take your L.
It's not an L. What I said was,
Y'all
I'm
can
saying
do
I'm
this
wrong.
another
That's it.
time. You can do
All
it
right,
another
Jaylani,
time.
let's continue. We're
Back
getting
to
off
the
topic.
question, which was, what was your motivation?
What motivates you?
What motivates you? Alhamdulillah, a lot of things motivate me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I be loud in this microphone now.
No,
I be yelling when I get
I feel like
past
you move away from it too much, so.
Yeah, turn it to your side like this. Like turn it more
Like,
to you. Yeah.
you about to kiss it.
Yeah. What motivates me, I can relate with Mahmoud, is that one, I'm an older brother. And
I said my name was Mo. Y'all just be calling me whatever, huh?
We
you're
said
still gonna
Mahmoud.
reply to it.
My name is Mo, bro. And I ain't responding. Matter of fact, call me boss.
All right, boss.
Go ahead.
Boss? Okay. Boss. All right, so basically, being a big brother, and within that, it's like ever since, one thing about our community, which I love, which I like a lot, is that when you're the firstborn, it's like being the third parent. You know what I mean? When you're the firstborn, whether you are a daughter or a son, it's gonna be on the parents. They'll put I won't say everything, but basically
it is everything.
He was
quick to say that.
As you get older, the responsibility is gonna be tough. So first thing will be like, all right, make sure your little brother don't do this or your little sister don't do this. And next thing you know, okay, maybe I tell him this and don't tell him that. Don't do this because he's gonna follow you, and don't do that. Why you got that? You know what I'm saying? So it would get to that, and then next thing, as you get older, you make a little bit of money. You know, your brother needs this and your brother needs that. Hey, yo, the bill need to get paid here. Yo, the bill need to get paid that. Oh, go to college. Da, da, da. So like being the older brother, especially in the
Third
community.
parent.
Yeah, basically in the community that we in, or how I was raised, a majority, I would say a lot of people, is that responsibilities and being disciplined and having that disciplinary system upon a firstborn, whether girl or boy, is very strong, which I like a lot. Because honestly, if that wasn't there, I would be all over the place. There would be nothing. I'll be somewhere, you know, doing God knows what. You feel me? So that's one thing that is discipline. Is discipline and being an older brother. That's one thing that motivates me. Another thing that will motivate me to do better is seeing that there's another life, seeing that I could really change the situation that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with social media being everywhere, seeing people with better lives and good lives, it's like, I want that too. You know what I'm saying? I want that. Why can't I not get that? You know what I'm saying? Especially in the country that we live in, there shouldn't be any excuse for a person to not. Basically, if you want to go get it, there's nothing stopping you from getting it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing stopping you. Let it be.
Except for morals.
You have morals. Everybody's morals is different. So it's like there's nothing stopping you from getting to wherever you want to go. If you want to get a 2020 car, all right, fix your credit up. Well, fix up your credit, save a little bit for a down payment, make sure you get everything on the side, put things in the right places, and you can get yourself a 2020 vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Let it be buying a house, let it be making $100,000, let it be becoming a millionaire. Even though it's gonna be a tough road, it's just me knowing that I can actually get there, and there's other people, and a person told me that life is a competition. No matter where you go, let it be with you making money. Let it be with you, you know what I'm saying, especially in the month of Ramadan, doing the best deeds. Let it be with, what's the name? Let it be trying to get a good house. Everything is competition. Men and women compete in all sorts of things. You know what I mean? So that also knowing that in the back of my head that, and I see it a lot. Sometimes, you know, I window shop. And I window shop for fun. I'll be on my phone, Facebook Market, car dealership, or some Foot Locker or something, just shopping. And I ain't got nothing in the bank. You feel me? I ain't got nothing in the bank, but I just be shopping. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
I want that.
I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want that. You feel me? But I can't get it. But knowing that I can get it and I got to put work in it, that also motivates me. You know what I'm saying? Like, finding things in life. I'm not too materialistic, but, you know, if I'm able to get it, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that will motivate me. Lastly, one last thing that motivates me is that one day I would like to have a big family, honestly. Have like 6 to like 10 plus kids. You feel me?
10 plus.
10 plus.
You know that actually get my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, keep talking.
Go ahead.
Bro, like my dad having, like my mom, my family being a big family is motivating me to not have a big family, bro.
It has the opposite effect on you.
It has the opposite effect on me. Because what you talked about earlier, how, especially in our community, the older brother is like the third parent. That's really true. And it's good when the individual that's in that position is trying his best. I don't think, I necessarily, let me go back a little bit. I don't think it's good, actually. I feel like that child needs to be a child. An individual needs to grow up, bro. Whether they're a young lady or a young man, it has to be a child. It shouldn't be your child's responsibility to watch your other kids. It shouldn't be your child's responsibility to lead your other kids. The relationship that you have with your child and the relationship that a child has with their siblings is different. You can't expect an older brother to be like, let's say, your kid's second father, basically.
Honestly, yeah, you're right.
They won't accept it, bro. Like, imagine like someone that's 1 year older than you trying to act like your dad. First of all, the younger sibling is not gonna accept it.
Resentment.
So, yeah, you're gonna create beef and tension between your two kids. That's number one. And then the other part is there's things that child cannot provide, bro. Like, for example, like let's say the kid is 12 You think a 12-year-old knows the right from wrong completely? They have a good understanding of the world. Their worldview is good. You think a 12-year-old knows how an action is going to affect the consequences of an action? No. So when you put a 12-year-old, when you give that 12-year-old responsibility over other children, it's a recipe for disaster, bro. It's a recipe for disaster. And what happens is the best thing you could wish for, the best thing that could happen is you have a really strong child, whether it be a 12-year-old girl or a boy, a strong child who's able to take that burden and do something with it. That's the best thing you can ask for. And in that process, you destroyed that child's life. You destroyed that child's experience. They're completely effed up, mentally speaking, and how they move. Beep. That's the best thing I say effed up. That's the best thing you can wish for. And the worst that can happen is you corrupt that child is corrupted, and everybody else is corrupted after that child. The whole household is dysfunctional.
Yes, but
it's a complete mess.
Don't you think you also benefited some things of like
No.
leadership, leadership, taking
taking control,
out, being a thinker? You don't think
So wait,
also earning respect from that?
But at what cost is the question you have to ask yourself. And
Like,
then
I'm
number
not gonna
two,
lie, I agree with you in parts. Like there was moments in my life where I'm like, I'm only 18. Why am I doing all these things? You compare your life. Like I sometimes compare my life with other people, you know, who like I want to say, but Americans. Let's just say that I compare my life because you know we look at it's basically two different spectrums. I used to walk around in school, they'd be like, "Wow, you walk and talk like an adult. Like your mental is like fully different. Like you don't act like none of these kids. You don't have like this teenage."
but that's not necessarily a positive, though.
That's a bad thing.
That's not necessarily a
That's
positive.
a bad. How's that a bad
I
thing?
don't see it as a bad thing.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah, I don't see it as a bad thing.
I'm gonna tell you why I see a bad thing. Right? That's not. I get what you're saying and where you're coming from, but here's the thing that I'll say. Right? For example, that 18-year-old, you put him in a leader. They literally put you in a position of a parent. Basically, they give you the same authority as them. Being the older siblings, all of your younger siblings must obey everything that you say. They must listen to you, and you know they have to do exactly as you say, or it's going to be a problem. They're giving a young person too much power. Imagine that individual was sick. Imagine that individual didn't fully understand the consequences of their actions, and let's say they forced their younger sibling to do something that could have dramatic negative consequences. Imagine that. You have to think about those scenarios. You can't just look at the good. You have to look at the good and the bad. And that specific type of leadership, it's not even a positive way to build a leader. Giving you complete authority, that's like you could easily become a tyrant. If you say, hey, I'm gonna treat this big brother or big sister experience like a democracy, my younger siblings, hey, let's have some input in the decisions that I'm gonna make that affects you. If you do that, alhamdulillah, right? But you could do the complete opposite. I don't care how you feel, what you say. I'm going to eat my food. You clean up after me. I'm going to go use the bathroom. You wash those dishes. Your younger siblings are under your mercy. What type of principles and morals are you teaching that child? That's not leadership skills. That's not how a leader acts.
I'm kind of all over the place. I'm not an older brother, so I wouldn't understand the situation. But you're saying some true stuff, Mahmoud, and it kind of relates to adulthood life too, doesn't that?
Right, and listen, you are not ready to be an adult by that time. Your time to be an adult is gonna come. You need to, as a child, you have to enjoy life. And I'm not saying but you shouldn't be like skipping after school soccer because you have to go wash the dishes at home, or because your mom and dad, they want to go chill with their homeboys and homegirls, so you got to watch the kids. Imagine what type of scar, mental issues that you'll have, what type of resentment that you'll have.
But isn't there a higher rate on people who are the older child, higher rate in success in life?
But you know what's crazy? It's statistically proven that when a young person doesn't, what's the name? Is able to enjoy his youthfulness, he'll enjoy it later at the end. So I kind of see it with.
So wait, say that again.
When he doesn't enjoy his youth, he will enjoy it when he gets older. So I kind of see a lot with older
how are you going to
Parents.
enjoy your youth when you're older? It's just impossible.
Maybe because
That's
you'll
what
get free time.
Listen, let me tell you
understand.
something.
That's
Let me
why-
tell you something.
Remember how you say
You're-
everything's backwards?
you're
That's
able to-
basically
right.
what's going on right now.
You're able
Sometimes
to-
I look
right.
at these parents and I be like, what are you doing? You got all these kids. You have all these responsibilities. What are you doing going out with the boys or going out to a whole nother country, doing whatever, living your life? But cause like I said, they lived the life that we can never imagine. So I believe majority of the time, but like, yeah, that's what it is. So when and I see the effect, they don't know it, but I see it. And you're right that when a younger kid, if he enjoys, there's gonna come a time when you be an adult.
Bro,
You know
let
what
me
I mean?
tell you something. Jelani, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna be able to do the same things that you were able to do when you were
they still do it, though.
11,
But the thing
when you
is-
were 12.
still
Bro,
do it,
imagine when you had kids, like your imagination was so wild. Like my imagination was wild. Like when I was a little kid, my favorite thing to do was be in my head. I used to love imagining, bro. Like I would imagine things are going on that aren't even there. Imagine you missed out on doing that when
was
you were
crazy.
a little kid, and you trying to do that in the corporate office, and you 35 years old. You looking wild, bro.
No,
You
that's not what he meant.
No,
though.
no,
not
but
what I mean.
no. That's just an
That's not what I
example.
mean.
That's-
You and your
no.
other.
That's not what I mean.
No, what I'm
Yo,
saying
bro,
is, what I'm
you
saying
getting
is,
fired, dog.
What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is, you can't do. If you miss out on the opportunity to become a kid, bro, that's gonna create irreparable, whatever the word is, not damage that you cannot
Repercussion?
change. Irreparable change damage. You know what y'all know what I'm trying to say, man. Look, it's gonna cause damage that's not repairable.
Reciprocal.
Irreparable damage.
Irreparable damage.
Replicable.
Irreparable. There's something that can't be fixed
Yeah.
over time.
Irreparable damage. Something like that. Yeah, y'all know what I'm trying to say.
But
It's one of them
Mahmoud-
joints. So, bro, it causes that. Listen, a child, look, listen, a child needs their mother. They need their father. They need unconditional love. They need time and attention, bro. You may be trying to do good. You may say, look, my mom and my dad are not able to show my younger siblings some love. So let me try to do that. But I've experienced this. I spend so much time trying to give them love that love wasn't supposed to come from
It's
me.
not the same as from
It was
parents.
reserved for my mom and my dad. They needed it from them. Acceptance, it needed to come from my mom and dad. Being seen, not feeling like you're not being seen in a house full of 13 kids, being seen. Even if you try to see them, they're always going to say, how come mom and dad don't see me?
So wait, Mahmoud, you're saying the older brother is fine, but it's gonna cause a problem on the younger child.
The older brother may not be fine. What I'm saying is,
It just depends on the brother
First
and
of
the
all,
family and the father
That's what I'm
and
saying.
everything.
Because I've seen a lot of. I feel like if you're the oldest brother, it'll prepare you for life. You know, if you're taking care of your little brothers, watching, being responsible. As you grow older, everyone's gonna grow up and have to have responsibility.
Yeah.
And everyone's gonna get older to want to have kids. If you've been an older brother and you've been responsible your whole life and you've taken care of your little brother, I think you're set. I think that's gonna prepare you for the future. If you're
But-
starting a family.
this is how they approach it. This is how our community approach the conversation, bro. They'll say, look, I'm going to pour everything that I have into this one child that's the older brother. And then the responsibility is this child is going to pour everything else into all the other kids. They're going to teach them. They're going to raise them. And I could just relax because all I need is one person that was good. All I need is one person that concept is so like ridiculous. It's irresponsible. It creates so much harm, so much damage to the community. Imagine a job that mom plus dad could not do. You put it on the older sibling, and now he has to do that times. You don't do it for one person, and then that person does the one under them. No, you have to do it times whatever number it is, times 6, times 7, times 8. Bro, you're setting that person. Okay, so people say diamonds. Pressure creates diamonds,
dirt.
right?
Yeah.
Pressure creates diamonds. That's true. But when you look at these two situations, you got to look at the worst case scenarios. What are the possibilities? The possibility of having trauma, the possibility of having someone like a dysfunctional household, the probability of having people in the household, like having a family that there's just nothing there. You know, people who don't feel no love, who don't feel recognized, who feel like they don't have anybody on their team. Those probability also increase, bro. So you have to look at those the outcomes for that. Like one of the biggest thing my younger siblings come to me every time I try to tell them, yo, why you not on your grind? What's going on? Mom and dad didn't give me the same attention they gave you, bruh. So don't come to me with that. Me and you don't got the same experience. And then from my perspective, I'm looking like, bruh, like these people gave me, they made me your parent basically. And it wasn't my choice. I didn't get no say-so in this. I have to make sure that you good. I have to make sure that your life is on point. I'm supposed to be your mom and your dad and your therapist and your teacher. And not only do I have to make sure you straight, I got to make sure everybody else under you is straight. You know how much burden that is?
I'm still confused on who is it bad on. You're saying your parents made you everything. They
it's
showed
bad
you
on the kids.
On the older parent or the older brother or the younger sibling.
What I'm saying is it negatively affects the older sibling and anybody under him as well or her.
Help me understand how it's a bad effect on the older brother. I think it just prepares you for life, honestly. Because I could be completely wrong. I've never been an older brother.
There's every good, there's a bad. You feel
there
me?
is no good in that, bro. My personality.
In your experience, you know what I'm saying? The way how you saying, but what's the name? In my experience, not even I don't want to say experience. I hear what you're saying. I understand everything that you're saying. And yes, I didn't even think about those things, honestly. It was a time where I kind of, you know, the amount of responsibility you had, I probably didn't have that much responsibility.
And then you got to think about it. So me and you have different experiences. Your dad speaks English, right?
Yeah.
Your mom works, right?
Yeah.
My dad doesn't speak English. My mom don't work. She doesn't speak English either, right? So my experience is I had parents who were not able to I want to say they tried their best, but their best, like for this society, it was like I wouldn't say their best for this society. There's a shortcoming basically, right? So like when your dad is educated, he speaks English, he's aware of some of the issues, right? They're aware of like maybe like mental health issues. And I'm not disrespecting uneducated people, but when you're educated, when you're out there, when you speak, you know, when you're out in society, when you're doing things, there's lessons that you learn, there's information that you gather, and all those help you build a successful family. If you're not equipped with that, and your wife isn't also no shade or disrespect to my parents. I love my parents to death. If they're not equipped like with that, it's just a completely different ball game, bro. You are the damn parent. You have to speak English. When people are in high school and they're enjoying life and they're playing sports and they're chasing girls, or a girl is chasing boys and they're doing, bro, it is what it is. Let's keep it 100. You trying to live life. You trying to talk to girls. You giggling on Facebook, all that extra stuff. That's what happens. When your peers are doing that and you're not able to do that because you know that you talked to the electric company yesterday and they telling you that the house electricity and the gas about to get cut off, it's a different story, bro. We're dealing with individuals with two different mindsets.
That's what I was talking about.
You're dealing with a child, an adolescent that's on survival mode, bro.
Yeah, but I understand from now what you've just said. I understand. Now you're tutoring your parents and your younger siblings. I see the issue now. But if you were saying you were just tutoring your little brothers, I'd be like, that's fine.
No.
But if you have to monitor your parents too, that's hard. That's hard on a child.
Not even monitor them.
It's basically
they're not able to They're not able to help themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Monitor, like
in
helping
this
them
society,
out.
Because they don't have the necessary skills or the tools to help themselves. And they're trying their best with what they're able to do. They tried their best. All I'm saying is, alhamdulillah, I'll say with what I've experienced, I've been able to go to college. I got a degree. You know, I have a nice job. All I'm saying is it can become a recipe for disaster, and that disaster could be very dangerous. That's all I'm saying.
No, I see, because I feel like you're saying you have to look left and right because your parents don't speak English, and you have to help them out with everything in the house, and then it comes boom. Now you have younger
So
siblings.
by
now
the
you have
time
to
you
take
deal
care
with
of.
that, you probably like already exhausted.
Yeah.
Then this little dude is a knucklehead. Now you gotta try to figure out what's going on with him. So you're already exhausted with them, plus this little dude. Then there's your little sister who doesn't feel like the world sees her. The bandwidth is low. You don't. One individual is not supposed to deal with all of those,
Yeah,
those things.
So you go from being a third parent just to being the parent.
The parent,
just the
like-
parent. That's I
And the
see that
sad
as a
thing
problem.
and the sad thing is, parents don't see that.
They don't, especially
Parents don't see that. They just think it's normal. They just think that I'm gonna have a son. He's gonna grow up to what I want him to become, or something make a good benefit for himself. Have all these kids, and then as I grow older, I'm gonna leave and it starts small. Yours probably started a lot, but mine started small, and so it will be small things like I pay a bill here, or watch out for your brother here, look for your sister there. Why you not talking to them here, or get information from them? I'm like, why y'all making me do all of this? I'm supposed to be out. I'm supposed to be out. I'm supposed to be learning. I'm supposed to be living life. I'm supposed to be, and then like I said, back in high school when people told me like you're an whole adult, I took it as a compliment, but at the same time, I'm like, why I can't just why you don't see me as a kid? You know what I mean? Why you don't see me as
why
a
can't you
regular
be goofy for just a
16,
moment?
17-year-old kid? Why can't that happen? You know what I'm saying? And then slowly like. And a lot of older brothers, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll just try. The only, like, in my case, nobody knows this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it for
So
the
if you say it, everyone's
podcast.
gonna know.
Everybody going to know. Podcast only, special episode. In my case, one of the reasons that I got married was to move out the house.
That boy was getting
Yo, don't let your wife hear this. Hey, that's kind of bad.
And you see how Jay started saying it was positive. He was bringing up the positive.
And then we got
This
deep
how the
inside,
negative I'm
and then
talking
the
about,
negative.
bro.
Yeah,
It's the
there's
negative
good
side
and bad.
effects.
That's one
But wait,
of the reasons.
you moved out before you got married.
Huh?
You moved.
That's something different. But that's the thing.
I'm confused.
No.
No, he
But
said-
that's
He said, "Chill on that, relax.
Yeah, chill on that, chill
You're
on
doing
that.
too much."
I'm all over the place. I'm confused.
Yeah, so that's like one of the reasons because it's like one, I had a big family. I didn't want to be alone and just in an apartment. You feel me? But also it's like already that like I know how to be a 20-year-old or a 13. I was feeling like if I'm gonna move out, I got to have responsibilities. You know what I'm saying?
You felt like it was rushed onto you.
Yeah, I feel like I got to get away. I got to get kids. I got to make this family happen. And that's all there is to life. And that's one negative effect that it had that put it on me. You feel me?
But how can you? Yeah.
No,
my
we
bad.
we gotta wrap up
I
soon.
ain't gonna
But
cut you off. Go ahead,
No,
bro.
it's so Mahamoud. I hear what Mahamoud say. Now,
Boss!
He makes me boss. I hear what the
Boss!
boss. Said. I hear what boss saying. There are negative.
I forgot we had to call him back. I was gonna say, who the heck is boss?
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, boss does have a point how there is negative effects, but I kept them internally. Like I kept them to myself.
Yeah.
You feel me? I wasn't gonna go out and speak because if you go out and speak to your parent like, yo.
And I'm
This
not
ain't
saying
my job.
And that's problematic.
That's
You
bruh.
getting butt
problematic.
whooped. You're like,
That-
yo,
and I'm not saying this to be on some. I'm a
You gonna get that.
crybaby. Or I couldn't
There's nothing
handle
to- there's
the
nothing wrong with
lessons.
crying.
It's not about that. It's about the goal in life. In order to succeed, bro, you got to put people you have to put resources at their disposal. Everybody, you have to give kids, especially kids, attention. You have to give them love. You have to make sure you're teaching them the right and wrong. You have to make sure you allocate time to raise those kids. And it's imperative that you do it the best way that you can be, because one day, inshallah, your kids are going to be a part of society. And how you raise them is going to determine how they deal with other individuals. You don't want your kid to become a serial killer. You don't want your kid to be doing wild stuff out here. You don't want your kid to become a delinquent or they become somebody they're not positively affecting society. They're negatively affecting society. And other people have to deal with the consequences that you decided to have. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. So you're saying you have to have the right application to apply when you're starting to have a family.
Yeah, when you have kids are a very big responsibility, bro. Don't play with that. You can't play with the kids,
But
bro.
okay, we gotta wrap this up. We gotta wrap this up
Every day is
soon.
a special day. Now we can cut
That
some
boy,
slaps
that,
off, you
that
know
boy
what I'm
trying to
saying?
go play soccer, man.
Nah.
No,
I
soccer
thought
time
you
is
said you
over.
canceled it.
No, Maghrib is coming around the corner. We have to pray Asr. You guys forgot about that. But let me ask you guys. You guys been older older parent is what I'll say, not older child. How the fact that you said you want 10 plus kids, let me ask you
That
directly.
boy wild.
You said 10 plus kids, and you said this is a problem being an adult child, you know? How would you solve this now as you're about to start a family?
How would I solve it?
With your first child, how are you going to put less pressure and give him the right application as a child and the right things he should do and the things he shouldn't do and the things he should face and the things he should face? He shouldn't and should face as a child. That's too many questions.
All right. One way that I would fix whatever. How if I was a parent and you know, inshallah, and I have kids,
Inshallah.
let's just say even with 3 kids, you know.
What you told him down?
Yeah, I'm
You
just
went
saying.
from 10
I'm
to
just
plus,
saying,
he said
I'm
to
just
3
saying,
kids
no,
now.
Because Muhammad said the reason why his was on a multitude. I guarantee if you had one brother or one sister, it wouldn't be as an effect, as emotional as it is with 10, 13 other ones. You know what I mean? So,
But continue.
but basically the fundamental and basically the process is still there. Like basically what he's saying. Me as a parent, as a father, honestly, it's a specific age when a kid knows that he's, you know what I'm saying, when there's something, when you got to put something like, you know, little chores and stuff and all that. But that's not even the answer to the question. But basically what I'm trying to say is a way that I would fix that is that I would look at these kids and study these kids as they are. You know what I mean? I'm going to let them know that this is your older brother. You know what I'm saying? Respect them, not as much as you respect me. Because you can't go up to him and be like, you know, because if he says, let's go back door on dad, no, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I'm just like, so it's going to be respect your older brother, because as I was growing up, I was respected as an older brother. And as let the younger one show love, let the older one show love to the younger ones, all right?
What do you mean backdoor on dad?
You don't know what backdoor mean?
This is the first time hearing it.
You in St. Louis. You don't know what backdoor mean?
Why are you laughing?
Man, he grew up in the suburbs, man. Leave the
No,
little
I did
alone.
not.
Go ahead.
Wallahi,
It's
what-
basically going behind someone's back or basically.
What do you use for a back door?
Sneak out.
Yeah, basically.
It's basically going behind your back, basically, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
They plotting against you. Is that?
Plotting against you
Yeah.
to do harm to their dad.
Hey, look, my apologies. I don't want to act like you stupid or you dumb. My
Oh,
bad. If you honestly like don't know what it means, it's like it's just like a pop culture term, bro. It's like slang for we're gonna, you know.
Me not knowing one thing does not make me feel stupid.
No. I'm saying maybe the way I came off is like
No. I know
like,
you mean
like,
well, bro.
I don't mean to come off like that,
Bro, like I
you
told
don't know
you.
what back door mean? You
Like-
hella stupid. It's not like that.
If I didn't ask what it meant and played it cool like I knew it, I'd be stupid my whole life. And now I know it, right?
Not really, bro.
That's
It's-
how knowledge comes.
Then
Bro, no one wakes
but I
up with
get what you're
knowledge.
saying, though. There are no dumb questions, right?
Yeah, you know, I
get what
asked
you're
what
saying.
door.
dumb
Now I
questions.
know back
So, yeah,
door.
younger brother, show respect to the older brother. Older brother, show love to the younger brother. And then I would give each and every one of them time. I will understand each and every one of them. I would see if they're fighting, like chill out what y'all fighting about. You know what I'm saying? Like in order for that to in order for an older brother to be a kid and everything, you just gotta give them time. You gotta be patience. Patience is the number one factor that I know that I'm gonna have to have when I have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Especially let it be a daughter. Let it put it down. Put it down.
Yo,
Put
go
it
down.
She about to put it down on him.
Boys, Ramadan, relax.
So
Mela, forgive me.
like, you know what I'm saying? Each kid's gonna have a different characteristic. Each kid's gonna react to something different. Each kid's gonna all your kids not gonna be the same. And if you have if I tell this person, okay, since I did this to you, do the same to no, it's like I say, it's a recipe for disaster. So one thing I would say is having patience with your kid, being present with your kid, and also understand and just literally talk to your kids. Our parents expect us to talk to them. Like what?
Bro, yeah,
Bro,
they-
that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
The one of the biggest things we can
communication.
fix is
It's
communication.
communication.
Wallahi, that's the number one thing we lack, bro. That's a tip of the ice for everything. Depression. The big we Africans, we don't talk. So when someone dies, we're like, oh, why did he do that? He must be doing drugs. He
Yeah.
must be
What?
doing something. You know,
you talking about?
they come up with excuses to not to communicate with people. Like if your son is doing something bad, just talk to him.
A lot
you
of
know?
the problems that we
Boy,
face
if
right
anything,
now
they'll
can
hide
be
that.
stopped
That's what I'm
by
saying.
communication. By
Communication.
literally just talking to someone, like a person old, same age as us. I think it was like I don't know what time it was, but
You
it was
gonna set him
recent.
out?
I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not
You
saying.
talking about the person that? You talking about what happened recently?
what happened recently? Young kid. We
That's
grew
a
up with them.
sad situation.
You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
where am I living? What happened? I'm confused. As
You
hell.
live in the
There
suburbs,
was a
bro.
20-year-old look, there was a 20-year-old.
Hey, come on!
young
I don't
man.
think I guess we can speak on it, but I don't want to.
But-
I want
but-
to.
but-
I want to
but-
show
but-
respect.
but-
Go ahead,
yeah,
bro.
So I'm not gonna say how he died, but basically, the kid he passed away, and I heard someone and his one of his close friends told me on the reason why he died, and I'm just thinking, bro, all you had to do was talk to this kid. All you had to do was be present for this kid. All you guys literally had to do was reach out. If a lot of things that on private in the community, if me and him don't know it, we not gonna go look for someone else and try to look for a solution. You know what I mean?
Even though I'm the biggest advocate of this, and I've been over here supporting this, let me give like some feedback on this. You have to understand how there could be individuals that are from different societies that just operate different.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
But different could be bad.
it can be bad, right? It can be bad. But what I don't want to go on is saying, listen, a society should only operate in this way, right? Like, for example, the way the society that we came from, the way they operated, it might not necessarily be bad, like entirely. There's just certain aspects of it that can be improved, right? Like, for example, we grew up in America, so we're looking at our parents and how they raised us, and we're picking apart the shortcomings that they had, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but we also have to understand that they came from a different time and a different place. And in that different time and place, some of the things that they were doing,
Seem
maybe
correct.
it was necessary for their survival, maybe sometimes.
True. I
It was
100%
necessary for
agree
their
with you.
survival, and also it was the way things worked, and it wasn't necessarily negative. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because if we're sitting here and just critiquing every aspect of it, it's very easy for somebody to say. It's very easy for somebody to go listen to our conversation and say,
Put it
"Damn,
down.
they came from a society that was terrible." Oh, goddamn. They came from
that's
a
my cat.
That's not the action she was looking for.
What I'm saying is, it's very easy for somebody that could take away, from this podcast and say, "Wow, they came from a terrible society. That must have been horrible." What I'm trying to say is, we have to understand there's differences that exist. You feel me?
Yeah, your good could be someone's bad. But alhamdulillah, we could complain as much as we want, but alhamdulillah, our background is beautiful. For me, for you too. I think Jay could agree. You could
Yeah.
agree too.
I
Your
see beauty in
background is
Hell
beautiful.
no, I'm just playing. Yeah,
No, it's beautiful.
It wasn't bad.
But just cause it's something, in art class, when you make an art, someone is like, wow, this is beautiful. But your art teacher comes and says, you could have fixed a little bit line. There's nothing wrong with trying to correct a little wrong thing,
Critique. There's nothing.
I wouldn't even allow that
Yeah.
because art is relative. But go ahead.
No, but I'm using it as an
I
example.
get what you're saying,
A better example would be like if there's a fruit bowl in front of you and all you see is a mango.
Yeah.
All you see is a mango, and you're like,
If the mango is in there,
Yeah, like the
all you
man-
see is a mango.
all right.
But if you stand up and look
Behind
above it, you're gonna see
Other fruits.
there's a banana, there's an apple.
I thought you
there's
said.
an orange.
You know what I thought you said, Jelani? I thought you said I'm thinking about a clear glass fruit bowl, and there's just one mango in there.
No,
So
no.
I'm saying,
And everybody's
if you
staring
ask
at
me,
it.
all you see is a mango.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
like,
yeah.
well, what else do you see?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
behind
but
it, there's
I'm
other
just
things.
saying,
Oh, you said a
everyone-
fruit bowl that has a lot of different
Yeah,
fruits, and you
yeah.
only see the mango.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Bro,
sense.
put it down. We don't.
She wilding
But
out
look,
today. She
this
wilding
cat
out.
wild.
Yeah, Jay, that's a perfect example. Our background is beautiful, but there's some things we should point fingers to. We lack at that. We're kind of bad at that. And for me, the biggest thing is communication. I think if we all just speak to one another and not try to, discriminate someone, it's okay to, feel sad and go through divorce, go through a loss of child. It happens. It's dunya, Allah gives us all challenges, but it's okay to, say, hey, this guy is, you don't have to directly talk to someone because that's what Allah's for. But you can say, hey, this person.
You can directly talk to someone, bro.
You can, but it's sunnah to talk to Allah. But you know, you could say, hey, Mahmoud is kind of heavy. I could tell, bro, we got to put this cat in a cage or something. But if Mahmoud, if Jay is going through a problem, if Mahmoud doesn't feel comfortable with me talking about, I'll be like, hey, Jelani, let's go easy on Mahmoud. You know, he's having a rough time. You know, but we don't do that. Africans like, Nirak is Korea.
Go ahead and translate. Don't translate it. Never mind. Go ahead.
Become a man, basically.
You act like a man, bro. Like you get punched. Take it like a man. That's what they say. You know, act like a man.
And they be the main ones that's doing unmanly things.
Unmanly things. You know, that's the problem. I think we should address. Biggest, put a billboard on it. Boom, communication.
Damn.
Wow, I did not expect this podcast to go like this.
Okay,
honestly.
Let's go to end it because I got places to be in. Play outside.
All right, that's the end. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. You know, like, subscribe, go
share.
ahead and share. We'll be coming out with some shorts on social media. I feel like we're gonna be on Instagram,
Yeah, we're
Facebook.
gonna be on Instagram.
We should have done that shorts.
And we need to be making them shorts. Them shorts is funny, man. Check them out.
We should have
Show
had
us some
shorts
love.
a while ago. Mm-hmm.
Jaylani, what's up with the shorts, man?
They coming, man. They coming. You know what I'm
You in the
saying?
kitchen
They coming.
cooking, huh?
Yeah, they cooking. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
All right, let's wrap it up. Bismillah when we start and Alhamdulillah when we finish.